Hold on. Am I even in the frame? Ooh. Okay, there we go. Oh. What's up, everybody? Jasmine's here. First live stream of a girl's podcast, which is pretty exciting. I'm going to see if I can pull it up on my phone as well, because that would help me see comments. Let's have a look. I guess if I Google like Jasmine Rule and then, oh yeah, here we go. There I am. Yeah, good. Then I can see if anybody sends a message or anything. Okay. Awesome. So I actually have planned and already filmed another podcast. I usually do the episodes like a few days before. I edit them and then have them up, hoping for a Thursday release date. But today I was going to do the same thing as well, but like right at the very end of work, I suddenly felt really, really lonely. And I was like, man, I'm like, this is the sort of situation where I would possibly take like an anti-anxiety medication. But then I thought, well, actually, there's something else that I could do instead. And it's not always like super awesome to take the anti-anxiety tablets, because usually you get really tired and then it's like, well, I still have like the podcast to get up and send out, so I don't want to make myself really tired, So then I thought, well, if I do the podcast live, then I'm not going to feel lonely, am I? And then once the podcast ends, I can get ready for bed and then go and have a good sleep. So then I was like, well, heck yeah, that sounds like a really great idea. So that's what we're doing today. That's why this is live. Maybe I'll do it more like that we'll see. I'm not going to make any promises. That's what my mum and dad would always say. Never had any promises from them. Oh! Okay, but I do have dessert for tonight, which is the Magnum almond, which I think is actually like a really boring flavour, to be honest, but there's not really any fun flavoured Magnums in Sweden. Like in New Zealand, you get the gooey caramel. You get that in Sweden as well, but the gooey raspberry, oh my gosh. So it's vanilla ice cream, and then I think it's got a dark chocolate layer, and then it's filled with like raspberry syrup, and then on the outside it's milk chocolate. It's so good. So I was actually talking to an American yesterday about the quality of Swedish ice cream, and I was basically just shitting on it. I don't know if I can say the S word, but that's what I'm gonna do. So yeah, I'm gonna be eating this. I hope nobody minds. I do have some very fun topics today, because quite a lot has happened since last week. And last week I talked about like politics, which, I mean, it's fun and fine, but it's also stressful, and like, because I'm not completely on the Swedish politics, then I don't really understand it. Like there's like so many parties that I just like forget about all the time and everything like that. So I'm not really the best person to talk about it anyway, and I recognise that. But whatever, I gave it a go. Anyway, so talking about food, my mum sent me a while ago the Whittaker's Hundreds and Thousands biscuits in white chocolate, limited edition. I'll put it close so you can have a bit of a gander. But if you're not from New Zealand, you probably won't know what Hundreds and Thousands biscuits are. It's basically a normal would it even be called a shortbread biscuit? No, just like a normal plain wine biscuit. And then it's coated in like pink icing, and then it has hundreds and thousands sprinkled all over it. So it's like a kid's favorite, right? Because it's just sugar upon sugar upon sugar. So kids love it. They go crazy for it. And now they turned it into a limited edition chocolate block. But I have not heard anybody who likes it. The best I've heard is that you keep on eating it even though you're not really in love with it, which isn't really the best review, but it's definitely got like an addictive element to it, and I think it's just like the sugar, man, you know? Because, here we go. On the ingredients list, the first ingredient is white, okay, no, I thought it said sugar. It doesn't. It says white chocolate, which is made up of sugar, New Zealand milk powder. Okay, no, I thought we had like discovered a eating pyramid. Whittaker's chocolate is so good. Yeah, Whittaker's chocolate is really good. Are you from New Zealand? Oh man, it's so hot. I might have to take my jersey off. The coconut one is really good. Australia. Nice. My favourite one. Do I even have a favourite one? I don't know. My mum keeps sending me the special edition ones. So I have eaten them, but I've like saved the containers. I think I really like the caramel one. So I've had and these aren't even all the boxes. I like chucked out all the old boxes when I moved. Italian hazelnut, Marlborough sea salt and caramel brittle, white chocolate, West Coast buttermilk, West Coast buttermilk, caramelized white chocolate with gingerbread biscuit. Oh, do I have two of the West Coast buttermilk ones? Nice. That's how much I liked it. Yeah, limited edition. It's pretty good, eh? But the problem about limited edition is that if you do like it and then they get rid of it, you're kind of screwed. But that's why it's alright that the hundreds and thousands one isn't very great. Because now nobody's going to miss it, are they? Anyway. I have a really fun work story from today. So, I'm sitting in the breakfast room having a little bit of breakfast, and then one of my workmates comes running in and is like, Jasmine, can you help us? And I was feeling very generous that day, so I said yes straight away. I was like, I want to show how awesome I am, so I didn't even think twice about it. So I left my breakfast there, and we go outside, and there's like a few guys standing around like the rubbish room, like it's like a whole rubbish garage because you have like so many different wheelie bins for like plastic and paper and material that's going to be burned and everything. So anyway, they're standing around it, and at first I didn't understand what was going on, but then as I get closer, then I see that like the roll-up door is like stuck like a little bit off the ground, right? And then they turned to me and like, Jasmine, you're our only hope. No, they didn't say that. But they said, I'm the only one who's small enough to get in between and underneath the roller door so that I can like pull loose whatever it is that is keeping the door from opening all the way up. So so first of all, I was really nervous that like, what if I'm too big? Like that would be so embarrassing. And they're like, oh yeah, Jasmine. Yeah. Oh Jasmine, you're so small. And then I'm like, oh wow. Unfortunately I ate a bit too much ice cream or whatever. But yeah. Well, yeah. So, but like we had a good plan. So they're like, you'll crawl under, and we won't touch anything, and then you try and find what is there that is keeping it stuck, and then pull it off, and then tell us, and then we'll open it up. So yeah. So I risked getting stuck. I was like, this is it. I'm going to be the superhero for the day. So I squeeze under, and I mean, it was pretty tight, definitely got definitely not like rolled across my boobs a little bit, but I managed to get under, and then it's obvious what it is. So basically, somebody has piled up a whole bunch of brooms, like just in the corner where the door's supposed to go up. So like one of the brooms has like slipped and it's trapped the mechanism. So I had to like yank that out. It was kind of tough, it was like pretty tight. And then I forgot that I was meant to tell them and then they were going to open it. So I pressed the open button that you can get to from the inside. So the door goes up and everybody's really happy, and Jasmine, you're super awesome. Thank you so much. And yeah, so then I saved the day. And then obviously we have a broom problem. So we got like an empty wheelie bin and chucked all the brooms in because honestly, it was like 20 brooms. I mean, who's using all of these brooms, And they're like heavy duty outdoors ones, so it's not like the cleaners are using them or anything. So I don't really understand where that part came from. But, I mean, yeah. So I was super awesome. And now that I'm thinking about it, so I guess I kind of have two cool work stories. We were going to have a meeting at work with the buying people, like the procurement people. So with the corona pandemic, we've had like huge amounts of deliveries of gloves and visors and face masks and everything, and then we have to like distribute it to all like the elder homes and like the hemshants, which is like people who go out and help the elderly where they live. So we were going to have this meeting, right? And basically the last few weeks, ever since I got out of hospital, I have been the one who's been fulfilling like the orders, like packing up the pallets and then printing out the address information and then sending it off with the post. So I've been doing that. So basically I had to be on my game for the meeting. So first thing was that I arrived late because I forgot about it. But in my defense, they only sent the information out for the meeting yesterday. So it's easy to forget. But anyway, so I go down there, and like one of the first things they start talking about is that several of the deliveries have gotten stuck at the like the PostNord, the postage people, they're holding on to them because we didn't know that, meetings do suck. And we didn't know that the people, that basically in the EU, I suppose anywhere, like even in New Zealand, if you send dangerous items, you have to like declare it. But we didn't realize, but I certainly didn't, that like hand disinfectant and disinfectant is like classified as a dangerous material. So basically, they're holding on to these deliveries, and we have to like fill out these declaration forms, which is fine. That's totally easy and normal, except we've never done it before. So just a total lack of information. But the other thing is that on some of the boxes, there's these stickers that say that inside is batteries when there actually isn't. And basically, one of the ladies, she's like, don't reuse these boxes that have the battery stickers on them. But the thing is that we got those boxes delivered to us. So like I haven't opened these boxes which contain visors. I've just like packed them onto the pallet as they've come to us. So, so basically it would be like, in order to avoid that, I would have to open the boxes and take out all the stuff, which seemed really pointless, and I kind of figured that it wouldn't have been a problem or anything like that, but obviously it is a problem. And it doesn't, like, you can't pull the stickers off because they've like taped around the boxes with transparent tape. So so anyway, it's just a stupid mess, but basically I don't know if I got a little bit hot-headed or not, but I was like, well, that's how the boxes came to us. So I haven't changed anything about those boxes or the materials inside. I've just put them the same way that they arrived to us. So I hope that made it obvious that, we shouldn't be getting shit for that. Yeah, it is. It's total craziness. Yeah. But I did get some good feedback from my boss and things, because basically I've had to be in communication with the postal people, and yeah. So we'll see if things arrive. But man, it's been so crazy. Like, we're talking about like sending off 10,000 face masks just for like one location. And so like one day I had like 7 of these deliveries to do, and it was just crazy. Like 70,000 face masks, that's super wow. Just woohoo. So I don't know. I reckon, personally, I think that they could have done it differently, because we get all of these deliveries to us and then we have to send the stuff out. Like, why don't they get the deliveries to the specific places? Like, I don't really understand it. But whatever. I'm just a simple girl. So, that's enough work talk, kind of. I do have like a little thing later on, but that's for later on. And my ice cream's melting a bit. So, I recently was gifted a dragon, which I thought was extremely cute. And basically, I didn't have my wallet on me at the time, so I wouldn't have been able to buy it myself. But my friend, she bought it for me. And I thought that was extremely generous. But at the same time, she kind of owed me money. Well, I say kind of, she definitely did owe me money. I had paid for her alcohol. I swear she's not underage. And she was meant to pay me back, but I guess she kind of forgot about it, because I bought her the alcohol and then she got like drunk straight away, she just like downed that stuff, So I guess she forgot about it, and I wasn't sure if I should bring it up, because like, I'm pretty sure she earns less money than me, so like I would be fine like gifting her. But anyway, but then she bought me the dragon, so yeah, cute and evil. That's exactly how it is, right? And that's the best of both worlds, I think. So anyway, evidently she's paid me back, which is super great. Very happy about that. Also because it's in the form of like a little I love you sort of present. We have talked about getting married, but the problem is that neither of us are gay. So it kind of makes it a little bit complicated, like, do we really want to commit to a platonic relationship like that? I don't know. Yeah, definitely a marriage of convenience. We've also talked about moving to Greece and starting a bed and breakfast. But I also think, like, maybe a brothel. why not? Like, if we're gonna go out there and, like, let's make some real money, you know? But we'll see. The problem is that I'm not very good at marketing, so I'm not really sure how I would get, you know, how I would get that out there. Or if it's even legal in Greece. No idea. In Sweden, it's legal to sell sex, but it's illegal to buy sex, which is very strange. Anyway, that was not on my list of topics to talk about, so we've definitely gone off the rails here. That's right, I was going to ask for advice. At the end of last year, I started seeing a guy. We went on, I think, a total of 5 dates. And then almost straight away I knew that it wasn't going to work, because we had planned that he would come over and I would make him a Vegemite sandwich, because he'd never had Vegemite before. Don't take advice from random internet people. I don't know. I mean, don't feel bad about spelling mistakes. I do that all the time. It's fine. Like, I probably won't take the advice anyway, but it's good to throw it out there, I think. Anyway, so straight away I knew that it wasn't going to work, because, like, yeah, so we had a plan that he would come over and I would make him Vegemite sandwich. It would be his first time trying Vegemite, like a very special occasion. Now, I'm not Australian, but I do think that Vegemite tastes better than Marmite, and I'm not afraid to admit that. So, when the day comes, you know, sandwich time is obviously lunchtime. It's getting on to lunchtime, and then the next thing you know, it's past lunchtime, and he's not there. He hasn't messaged me at all. So I sent him a message, and I'm like, I guess you're not coming. I can't remember if I wrote that exactly. Like, that sounds a bit passive-aggressive, so. But anyway, it was very obvious that he wasn't coming. And then he messages back, and he's like, yeah, I wasn't feeling really great, so instead I'm out playing disc golf with my friends. Now, to be honest, it's completely fine to skip a date and, you know, to hang out with your friends instead. Yeah, exactly. I come from a land down under. But if you are going to cancel a date, you have to tell the person first. Or, yeah, like, before they're sitting there wondering where the hell their handsome whatever is. Where is he? So yeah. How much have we agreed to the date? It was a planned date. So, like, there was a roundabout time that we had given. Like, it wasn't like, you have to be here at 12 o'clock. But it was like, yeah, come over at lunchtime. So yeah, it was definitely, like, agreed to. But I was, you know, pretty flexible on the time. So if he had wanted to come over a bit later or whatever, that would have been fine. But anyway, he didn't want to come over, and he didn't message me that he didn't want to come over. I had to message him. And so then I thought, well, it's probably not going to work, because, like, that's not really a good sign that he wouldn't really understand that sort of, you know, rule in relationships, that you let the person know if you're not going to be there. But anyway, I didn't think it was too big of, like, I didn't think it was too big that I should end it straight away, because I thought, well, you know, like, if you are feeling bad, sometimes you, like, make social faux pas. Like, it's completely fine. Yeah. But anyway, so I think we went on like 2 more dates, and then eventually he was just like, yeah, I'm just like not really in a position to be dating right now. So we called it quits, and I said that like we could still hang out and play disc golf, if he wanted like a new friend, because he seemed really excited that I was from New Zealand. So I thought, well, if he doesn't want to date, maybe he still want to be friends. Yeah. But he basically stopped talking to me anyway. And that was fine. So I let it go, and I was like, well, online dating is a bit weird anyway. So, like, I think it's a lot better to meet people in real life. But then, like 3 weeks ago, so, I mean, half a year after we had stopped seeing each other, he's like, hey, how's it going? And I didn't have his number on my phone because, he's got like a really generic, so many people in Sweden are called Frederick. So, I would have like 5 Fredericks on my phone. So I was like, well, I'll get rid of that one because, it's obvious that we're not going to be friends or anything. So he messages me, and I didn't know who it was. So I was like, hey, it's going all right. Who's this? But it was also like the week after I came out of hospital. So I was like, I mean, I'm not really doing super awesome, but like I can't say that to somebody and I don't even know who they are. So I just had to say that I was doing fine. And then he was like, it's your disc golf friend. And then he was like, did a sad face, and I can't believe you forgot about me. And then I messaged back, and I was like, I said, oh, it's fine, like I don't even have some of my friends saved on my phone. Which is true. I'm really bad at saving numbers on my phone. I always think, I'll remember who that is because of the previous conversations. But obviously that's not true. I completely forgot. And I always do forget as well, so I have no idea why I don't save my friends' numbers. And then after that, he didn't respond, so I was like, oh well, there we go. I thought it was over again, and I was like, well, no point in me trying to chase him or anything. But then, last week, he messages me again, so 2 weeks after he got in contact again, and he's like, I think it would be, I can't, so he writes in Swedish, so I'm like, how would I translate that exactly to make it sound as authentic as it came across? But anyway, he's like, oh, do you want to come over to my place, or I come over to your place and watch a movie? And I was like, I'm not really that sort of person. Because I was like, he's asking to Netflix and chill. Like, that's so classy. Wow. Don't talk to me for half a year, and then you're like, what's up? He'll be back. He was back. And then he responded, he's like, whoa, what do you mean? I just thought it would be really cool to hang out, I'm feeling a lot better, and now I've moved into my own place. And after that message, I haven't responded because I have no idea what I should say. So now hi! So now the time has just like gone by, so it's been a week and I haven't messaged him back, and I'm just not sure what I should say, like, because I don't want to go to his place, and I don't really want him to come to my place, because, I mean, we don't really even know each other, and also in my, like, when I do have a dating profile, I think I used Bumble or Badoo or something like that. They ask you, like, one of the questionnaires that they do is like, what type of date is your ideal date? And I put something where I can dress up. which is kind of true. Like, it's not really, but I do think it's fun to do, activities, like things that you're going to remember. Like, if you go over to somebody's place and watch a movie, you're not really going to remember it that much. So I do prefer to do things a bit more memorable, especially in like the first few dates. And since we're starting over, like, I think that that is a good way to start over as well. Like, especially if he's actually interested, then he should probably show that he's, willing to go out and, do something fun, instead of just being like, oh, well, come over to my place for a few hours and then go home again. Like, that's not really a big time investment or anything like that. Yeah, trust my gut and ignore and move on. Yeah, definitely. But um, it's not like a technical first date because we have gone on another date before. But yeah, but anyway, the thing is that so I'm definitely not gonna go on one of these silly little fake dates. But I wonder if I should send him a message like um, that that I don't really appreciate his response, or like, because I feel like he should know that it's kind of not really appealing the way he's kind of gone about this. But I mean, at the same time, maybe it's just better not to say anything. You're so bad. Say, yeah, I'm coming over at lunchtime, then don't show up. You're so bad. Yeah. So I mean, he's definitely not getting another chance with me. But maybe I should like rip him a new one by saying something like, "You're really not impressing anybody with that sort of date idea, mate." Yeah, I'd put a mate in there as well, just so that he would know that I was really serious. So, but it seems like the overwhelming response is that I should just forget about it. So, yeah, I think that's a good idea. Uh, Maybe I'll send him like a picture of me pulling the finger or something like that. No, that's too aggressive. I mean, he seemed like a pretty nice person, but maybe just not super interested in actually dating anybody. He also told me that his last two girlfriends cheated on him, which I felt really bad about, but that's not my fault. You think Vegemite was a bad idea? Vegemite is so good. It's tangy and it like bites at your tongue, and then you have the toast and like the butter, and it's just so delicious. But Marmite just does not have the bite to it. So anyway, thank you everybody for the advice. I will definitely take that in my stride. I just thought about a new thing that I want to talk about. It's not really a big thing. Well, no, it is. It's huge, but I don't have a lot of information on it yet, so I can't really talk too much about it. But basically, this year I'm having a birthday, which is crazy. It happens like every year. I can't believe it. How lucky can one person be? But this birthday is going to be very special because I will be knock on wood, traveling to Hamburg, to stay with my adopted Swedish family. They're not really my family, and they haven't legally adopted me, but if they could, they would. And so that's already very exciting, right? Like going and hanging out with their 2 cats and doing lots of family stuff and having home cooked meals and everything. Like, it's everything that you want in a birthday. But then on top of that, they have planned and have already started making like decorations, because they want to throw me a Kiwi themed birthday party, and it's going to be my first themed party. I can't believe it. I mean, I probably never would have thought of it myself. Like, I would already always think, man, that would be really cool, but at the same time, like, like, you have to buy so many drinks and, like, order so much food, and just, it seems like a lot of effort. But they, they're already, like, going ham in on it, and so it's going to be really awesome. So I was really excited about that. And then, like, last weekend, I get a message, and they're like, oh yeah, so we were thinking that while you're here, we would take a day trip to Berlin. What? So we would, like, drive down in the car. So road trip. I love road trips. And we would go to Berlin, and I don't really know what's in Berlin. I'm guessing, like, Riksdagen or whatever it's called, like the German parliament or whatever. So I guess, like, some really cool old buildings, and I don't know, was like Hitler's bunker there or something. So I actually have really no idea what's in Berlin, but I'm just super excited about the whole idea of, like, a road trip with a mum and a dad, and we would buy snacks and everything. So, oh yeah, the Berlin Wall. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I didn't even think about that. Yeah, history. Wow, that. Oh, it's gonna be so awesome. Okay, what's your Kiwi themed outfit gonna be? I mean, I guess I would have to dress up as a Kiwi. That would take a lot of feathers, and I don't know where I would get that from. But I did have a fun idea. Yeah, I can just drink beer. Like, one of my first thoughts was it would be really funny if I dressed up as an Australian and, like, psych, like, show up there with one of those hats with, like, the cork swinging from it, and, like, I don't know, like, dungarees or whatever, and just try to put on an Australian accent. That was, like, my first thought. And I wouldn't tell them in advance, so they're like, Kiwi themed birthday, and I'm like rocking up and just taking the piss. Yeah, so maybe that. Oh, and then I could buy a crocodile stuffed toy, like a really big one, and carry that around during the party. That would be so much fun. Yeah. Oh, dressing up as Gandalf? Yeah. Yeah. Maybe. Although then I would have to have a really long beard for the party. And I'm guessing it's going to be hot in Hamburg on my birthday. Hopefully. Oh, hopefully, because last year they built a pool. So I really want to go swimming. But the problem is that their cats are indoor cats and they can't go swimming with me. So that's one of the downsides of that. But Okay, so serious time thinking about Kiwi themed outfits. Oh, I could do indoor cat pool. Oh yeah, no, I totally get the connection, but I just think that like being Gandalf and having a beard would be just too hot and everything. Indoor cat pool. Now we're talking. That's such a great idea. Silly Germans. Ugh, I can't believe they didn't think about that. I think I just had a really good idea about. Yes! So, last Halloween, I dressed up as Taika Waititi in What We Do in the Shadows, and I really like being a vampire. And I wish. No, do I wish that I was a vampire? I used to wish that I was a vampire before Twilight came out, and then it kind of ruined vampires for me. But that would be a cool dress up, and I would be a vampire, and everybody would come to the party, and they'll be like, "Oh, is this Halloween? What's going on?" And I'll be like, "Mate, have you not seen the classic What We Do in the Shadows?" And then they'd feel a bit silly. But I mean, I guess I should go for something obvious, but still, that would be awesome. That would really make my birthday super awesome. Like lots of photos with me as a vampire hanging out with all my German friends that I don't really know but are there because they know my adoptive German family. Yeah. Also, no, I actually don't know who's going to the party, but the cats are going to be there, so that's going to be really cool. Oh no, I dropped some of my ice cream. Now it's really starting to melt. Mm. Mm. My birthday is on the 28th of August. So if you want to send me a present, you can just you you know just I mean, maybe I don't know presents. I wonder if I'll get a present for my birthday. That'd be pretty cool. I do have like a list of things that I want to buy. Not specifically for my birthday, but just in general. For example, an easel would be really cool. So I can go outside and paint. Or even just painting indoors. Although Amazon wish list. Yeah, maybe I should. But I'll give you guys the quick rundown. So an easel for painting. What else? Did I have something for the Nintendo Switch? I guess like a new Nintendo Switch game. But I don't have anything in particular in mind, so I don't really know why that's on the wish list. Was that it? Oh yeah, like a folder case for like holding your artwork and things like that. There's an easel. It's not an easel, it's a chair. But I use it as an easel, basically. Silly. Yeah, like when I was in high school, we had like, if you did graphics class, then you had like this big plastic folder that you would carry around, and it would have all your your art papers in it. That would be pretty good, I think. Damn, I thought I had way more things on my wish list, but now I can't really think of anything. It's way easier to think of things that you want when you're sad, you know. But like now that I'm doing the podcast and everything. Yeah, portfolio, that's the word. Man, you're so good at English. My English has gone way downhill since I learnt Swedish and just so bad. Yeah. So thinking of things that you want is more difficult when you're feeling good, in my personal opinion. But yeah, you know, I'll think about it and then I'll get back and I'll make a wish list and I'll check it twice. Yeah. Okay, so I had 2 more topics to talk about for this podcast. Shoes, yeah, well, kind of. I mean, so I don't have any high heels, and my idea was that eventually I should get high heels because you never know. And so yeah, they would be on the wish list as well. I think you're right about that. Oh, but the thing is that I looked on, like, I think it's called Savannah's or whatever. It's like a shoe shop that has high heels and everything like that. But their shoe sizes only go up to 41. And guess who has size 42 feet? This girl. So that just threw away those ideas that I had. Anyway, the next topic of the podcast was going to be my new art project for work. So basically at work, sometimes I get little art projects to do, especially because when we had like our little meeting that you're meant to do every year where they ask you like, oh, you know, do you feel like you're getting opportunities at work and stuff? I was like, you know what, I can do art stuff and I can make posters and things like that, so, you know, maybe I should get jobs like that. And they were like, yeah, that sounds really good. So previously I had like a little art thing that I did where the restaurant at work, they wanted these new posters, and then they also, which is like, that's not particularly exciting necessarily, but the exciting thing is that they wanted an illustration to put on the poster. That would be like, here's the restaurant, great view of the city, come and have a look. So I was doing that for like a month, and in the end it ended up being something that I didn't personally like myself, like it wasn't really my style, but the like the boss for the restaurant, they were really happy with it, which is obviously very good, even if it's not something that I am personally proud of. But after that, then I didn't really have any other art project on the go at work. You know, no new designing posters or anything like that, which isn't really surprising because during the summertime, a lot of Swedes are on holiday. Everyday Sweden channel, are you on holiday at the moment? Or do you take holidays during a different time of the year? No, you're not on holiday. Oh, okay. I'm not either. I think it's really nice to work during summer. But anyway, so there's not a lot of people at work, and so I'm not particularly surprised that I don't have any new art jobs at work. But then my colleague, she wants to put up, I mean, she works in the park, right? So she wants to put up these new birdhouses all around the trees. Oh, I'm also taking 1 week in August for my birthday. Wow, what a coincidence. Maybe you're also going to Hamburg. Suspicious. So she bought 8 birdhouses, and then somebody suggested that we painted them, and I was like, it would be really cool if we painted them to look kind of like different buildings in Stockholm and in Sweden, because like a lot of my art has been about the buildings in Stockholm because I think that they're really beautiful. And anyway, she loved the idea, So like the past few weeks I've been like sneaking away from the rest of work and painting these birdhouses, which has been really fun and relaxing and just like a dream job. Today she asked me if I was getting tired of it, and I'm like, I could never tire of sitting and just painting, like slapping some paint on birdhouses. Really cool. So yeah, so I've also taken some video of it, so I'll put together something to put up on YouTube so you guys can see what they look like. But they're looking really cool, and I'm super happy that I got that little job. Ah, it's really fun. But at the same time, my boss probably wouldn't be too happy if he found out that I was sitting and painting bird houses. So it's a good thing it's Corona and all the bosses get to like work from home. That's a good thing. Yeah. I don't know when I'll be finished by. I think I've finished completely 2 of them. And then, oh, actually, it might be 3 now. I think I finished the 3rd one off today. And then 2 more are like super on the go, so they're almost completed. And then there's 3 of them that I haven't started at all except for painting the like bottom, like first layer. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah. Oh, thank you. I love painting, so that's really nice of you to say that I'm a good painter. That lifts my self-esteem a wee bit. Yeah. So the last thing is that I have created a TikTok account, and I don't really know if I'm going to use it because I personally don't really enjoy TikTok myself. I just watch YouTube videos, so that's kind of my thing. But it could be fun. I'm just not sure what I would necessarily put on there. But then, I mean, a lot of people on TikTok dance, and obviously I enjoy playing the Nintendo Switch Just Dance. So I could possibly do like dance videos on TikTok, although they wouldn't be like very, very good. But you know, just like as a fun thing, that could be it. But we will see what I do, and I think I should plan it out before I start anything, because well, like with my YouTube channel, I've changed what I do so much that it kind of I mean, it just ends up kind of being nothing in a way. Like, not being mean against myself or anything, but just that it's a bit confusing if you come to my YouTube channel and you're like, what's she even doing? You know, like, I could imagine that's how a lot of people feel. So with the TikTok, it would be nice if I could find something that I enjoyed and then just stick to that so it doesn't get, like, weird and yeah, messy. So yeah, but that was it. We had a guy filming us dancing at work. He put it on TikTok, but I also like YouTube more than TikTok. Yeah. Oh, that's really cool. Uh-huh. Huh. That's cool. Yeah, I mean, because YouTube, you get like longer format videos and people can talk about stuff like more extensively. I've been watching a ton of like true crime videos on YouTube, and like you just want to get that on TikTok, because basically YouTube, a lot of it is like TV, but TikTok is kind of feels more like an ad or something because it's so short. But I don't know. Anyway, that was. Yeah, you think I could do painting TikToks? Because that would be really cool. Like, that's what I would like to do. Maybe I could try that. Yeah. We'll see. I'll think about it. But that's going to be it for me today. I really enjoy being here and doing a live podcast for a change. I only get TikTok's updates from MXR Plays on YouTube. Strange. Um, yeah, I think it was pretty cool doing the live because obviously I can interact with you guys and it's less me talking to myself. So it definitely helped with feeling lonely today. I feel a lot better. But it is actually almost my bedtime, if you could believe it. It's 5:45 now, and I have to get up at 4:30 in the morning. So I try to actually be in bed and sleepy by 8 o'clock, which is pretty hard to do, especially in summertime. But I'm really gonna try. So now I'm gonna take a shower, and I guess maybe play some video games, and then it's gonna be good night for me. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys all next time. I hope you had as much fun as I did. Thank you for all your comments. I will, yeah, I'll let you guys know what's happening later on. Yeah, okay. Hey, dog.